Can you remember some of the defining moments that have shaped your life? I would like to share with you one of the valuable experiences in my life that helped shape who I am today. This is a picture of me when I was 17 years old. It is actually a portrait that McDonald's restaurant paid for when I was selected as Employee of the Month. You see, to me, it is more than just a picture. Because of the hard work that I put into that job while a teenager, I felt that it was the first thing that I actually earned entirely by myself. My family moved to Southern California during my first year in high school. My father, who is a Yonsei alum, was a believer of the Spartan pedagogy. That is, he was all about teaching a man to fish in order to feed him for a lifetime, as opposed to giving him a fish to feed him for a day. Within the first semester of my arrival in America, when I was quite literally fresh off the boat, my father dropped me and my brother off at a local McDonald's restaurant to fill out job applications. Both my brother and I spoke very little English, but they hired us anyway. We were so new to America, and we had to confront that new society every time on the job. Back in those days, the cultural gap between South Korea, and America was much bigger than it is now. I felt like I was suddenly dropped into the set of the American TV drama Beverly Hills 90210. As a member of the post-New Village movement known as 새마을 운동 generation, I had been thoroughly indoctrinated in the ideology of diligence and discipline. And what I had learned in South Korea transformed me into an ideal worker. For example, if the store manager wanted someone to sweep and mop the floor, I volunteered. People did not like stocking ketchup under the counter because you had to bend on your knees. Well, it was no big deal for me, so I did it. Then the offer came from Chuck before I graduated from high school. I had been promoted to crew leader by then, and he offered me the manager's position. Well, I told him that I kind of wanted a college education and declined the offer. But it had a symbolic value nevertheless. I went to a private university in the Midwest that had a strong pre-med program. The three popular tracks almost every Asian was pursuing were pre-med or pre-dentistry, pre-law, and engineering. As the oldest child in the family, I was slated for the pre-med track. That was what my parents had in mind for me. I was actually very good at science in high school, so I had high hopes and declared as a chemistry major. For me, it was organic chemistry that pushed me over the edge. It just did not agree with me. So my dream of majoring in chemistry evaporated. So how did I end up as a Japanese literature major? It was a total accident. Literature, let alone Japanese literature, was not even on my radar. As a cool pre-med, I was full of myself and thought little of the language requirements and literature classes. My Japanese language professor told me not to ever return to her class, and I said, okay. And the worst part of changing majors was that I never consulted my parents about it. No one welcomed or supported my choice of major in college, but it was my interest and passion for the subject that kept me going. Meanwhile, my parents were very unhappy with my studies and never told people that I was pursuing a PhD in Japanese literature. So my life seemed like it was in the slow lane while my friends were in the fast track. Before coming to Yonsei, I was a professor at the University of Florida. The job market in the humanities was very competitive, and my parents were just relieved that I got a job, but no redemption came. It did not matter what I taught anymore, as long as I'm a Yonsei professor. Finally, I could say that I'm a professor of Japanese literature, and I can say that I still enjoy my job. In retrospect, the failures and disappointments were as valuable as the discoveries and achievements in life. The key is how one responds to life's inevitable setbacks. Will you retreat into a mindset of defeatism, or will you instead learn, grow, and ultimately thrive because of these humbling experiences? With your college degree, what is it that you wish to pursue? What kind of life do you wish to live? Do you want something safe, secure, and lasting? But the pandemic has taught us that our era promises no such a thing. Ask yourself, do you possess the will to confront uncertainty in life? Or do you fear uncertainty? And finally, what in your life is a source of your strength and courage? Thank you for listening, and God bless you all.